Kia ora. And welcome, dear brethren from across the Tasman who are waving the flag for Oceania. Now that Papua New Guinea has failed, welcome back to the Great Cricket, the morning after World Cup. Brought to you by ACO, India's leading digital insurance company. And at least that company's doing something right for India, the unicorn company. You've done it again, New Zealand. You've screwed TGC. Well, India were 7 for 110. And then New Zealand thought, okay, let's get that 2 down with 14 in 14.3 overs. My name's Ian Higgins. Sam Perry is he. Pezzy lad, good morning to you, sir. What?
Yeah, what was this?
What are we watching? What are we watching here? Didn't see this one coming.
What are we watching? I mean, people have tuned in to get some analysis. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they want the jokes. Sometimes they want the earnestness. Yeah. Mainly the jokes. Yeah. I thought that our Indian audience was a little bit quiet after Australia was trounced by England.
Oh, you feel there's some.
I feel like look, a few people dropped in, said, how are you, darling, etc. But by and large, there was some...
Take the chicken out of the freezer.
There was some cautious patience.
Okay.
And rightly so, because a lot of the Indian fans, they know about the record of India at ICC tournaments, and they are once bitten, twice shy, and it looks like rightly so. India hasn't crashed out yet.
No.
But Christ, there's going to have to be a real shift for them to be in the Final Four.
New Zealand are a bogey team, and it's just been Halloween. Linking those two things together. But New Zealand they did the business in the semi-final in the 2019 World Cup. They obviously beat them in the World Test Championship final, and they've just absolutely done them again here. They've spanked them.
Last time India beat New Zealand in an ICC tournament, 2003.
Yeah. Wow.
2003.
Wow.
I'm not sure if it's one of those winter equinox records where they didn't play each other for 13 years and you still count the 13 years within that or whatever.
They're like 3-0 in the last since 2013.
Nevertheless, we're in like sort of Daryl Tuffy era sort of stuff.
Yeah. Hey, he was a hell of a player.
Hey, hell of a player. He played a bit of great cricket.
He did actually, for Sutherland. Okay. Well, let's get into it. And if you are from New Zealand, welcome.
G'day. Yep.
G'day. Good to see you again. You guys are the best team maybe in the generation. We're going to get to this at the end here and then this episode. But if you're new and you're from New Zealand, as I said, kia ora, and click subscribe. Get those Kiwi numbers up, baby. It's just about numbers all the time. Don't mean shit. All right, Pez, first thing, India just can't get going. Let's give you some numbers here.
Yeah.
After 10 overs, they were 48 for 3. And then the first ball after the 10 over, there's no break, but the first ball of the 11th over, Kohli, who was on 9 from 16, tries to tee up Sodhi, and Sodhi gets the wicket. And so they're 48 for 4. But the whole point of this is they're 7 wickets down. Kohli's going at 50 runs per 100 balls. And they're going at about 4 and over, 5 and over. It's very bizarre, this game. Is it? Is it bizarre?
They had a bit of a change to their structure, so
they did.
Sky pulls out, back spasms. They put Ishan Kishan up top.
Yeah,
I think that's neither here nor there because he goes early and then KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma are in. That's just what happens. Yeah, I suppose they have to bat with a bit less risk because there's one fewer bat, having had a dismissal. But I am at a bit of a loss with all of this kind of people are trying to work this out. Is it a toss thing? Is it a Dubai thing? Is it IPL doesn't expose players to other conditions thing? I don't think so.
Nah.
Really. I dare to wonder if New Zealand are once again being underestimated. Absolutely not. Third grade.
No. Shit.
Third grade. Pretty much won the World Cup final. They tied that. They won the Test Championship. They're on the way here against India. Yeah. Freeze.
2015 World Cup finalists as well.
2 or 3 of their guys would make our team.
Yeah.
Now, we were talking about defense mechanisms the other day.
Oh, mate, yeah.
And that is fucking river denial.
I'm just fucking scared. Okay, so a bit like how Chris Jordan was man of the match in yesterday's game against England versus Australia, if Sodhi is man of the match of this game. He gets 2 for 17 off 4 overs, and he bowls really, really well. But for me, Trent Boult finishes with 3 for 20 off his 4 overs. And up top, he bowls sensationally well. He obviously gets the wicket of Ishan Kishan. He had Rohit Sharma dropped first ball really badly by Adam Milne. And like when I was watching that, I was like, well, That's the game. And the World Cup. You've just dropped the World Cup in a group stage several phrases away. But then saying that, like, Ish Sodhi did bowl super well. 2 for 7 of his 4 overs. And then Mitch Santner as well. So their 8 overs combined, Ish and Mitch, went for 32 runs.
Santner for 15 off 4.
Mate, and it's like, is there a bigger conundrum to grade cricketers across the world than figuring out what the fuck Mitchell Santner is and how he's so good? Is he good? I don't know.
I think there's some deeper existential questions in grade cricket,
especially related to New Zealand.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, why? Genuinely,
why am I here? Yeah, you did a tweet the other day about the sun setting. That is a deeper question than how does Mitch Santner get a game.
Mate, that was always like the darkest moment for me, where you've been driving home after a game and you failed again. Your dad hasn't turned up, and you're about halfway home from like a 45, 50-minute trip.
Perfectly.
And you're like 25 minutes into, and you're like, oh, I actually haven't got Spotify playing. There's no music playing. The windows are up. The aircon's not even on. I'm just sitting in a car in deathly silence. And
just the low hum of tyres on a highway.
Exactly. Yeah. Maybe like a beep on the e-tag. Beep. Another toll. There's another $4.80 coming out of the account.
That should be the new intro of our podcast. Just tyres on a highway and the beep. Fucking none of this.
Yeah. No, that's shit.
Yeah. Anyway, India.
Yeah. I mean, there's the spinners bowl well for New Zealand. They just tied them down, and they're halfway through. They're 48 for 3. The game's just about already gone, knowing the record of Dubai and all this kind of shit. But, from overs 6 to 17, India didn't hit a boundary.
Yeah.
Which sounds like some real Australian shit in T20 cricket.
What is it, 61 dot balls or something like that?
Incredible. 61 dot balls, half the innings dots.
What are they? I mean, see, when it's Australia, you sort of go, well, I can see it. I can understand. Or if they're playing a good team like England, okay. Well, the other team's better. This is like I don't get it. I don't really see how this has happened.
No.
So in those circumstances, I don't see how you can do anything other than praise the team that was bowling.
I mean, don't tell me what to do, but yeah.
Sorry, I should have said one. I understand what one can do.
One.
Yeah, sorry, I won't be telling you what to do.
Yeah, one Antonio Summerage. What? Now, Virat said after the game, Pez, every time we felt like we want to take a chance while batting, we lost a wicket. That happens in T20 cricket, but that's most probably or most often the result of that little bit of hesitation with the bat when you feel like you should go for the shot or not. So you're saying there was a little bit of hesitation with the batting. Mate, I don't know. Like, and we're fortunate enough to have just watched the IPL for the last, 9 months, which the tournament's gone for. And like, we appreciate the skill of these players and stuff. There's obviously a record with India and ICC tournaments, but this game specifically is very hard to figure out. And it feels like, just to put Australia into this context now, it feels like a bit out of get out of jail card for Australia. It's RC and India couldn't, It's like
just tough conditions.
Yeah, New Zealand lost to Bangladesh after we lost 4-1 over there. Then it's like, RC, it's hard.
Do you think the toss may be getting into people's heads? Because it occurs to me that you can't win a game in the first power play with the bat, but you can lose one.
You can lose one, yeah.
You can lose the game. And we're just seeing it time and again.
In this World Cup,
you
for sure, man.
stuff up the power play,
Yep.
and it's really hard to come back from there.
Yep.
Most teams have a duo of spinners that can tie you down there or thereabouts, and the other team can play with freedom. It's a shame if that's the case. But look, that said, a number of people with vested interest will want to advance the, win, toss, win game excuse, whether it's Australia or India. I don't think that is true. I think, at least in those two games, we've seen the better team win both times.
You can't say New Zealand have played really well in this game. They just have.
Yep.
And England played amazingly last night. They're a really good team. You can obviously hear the trepidation in our voices about the hesitation about what to say because it's very confusing. Anyway, the second thing, Pez, too easy for Mitchell and Kane. I can give you another Virat quote, if I may, please.
Please.
Quite bizarre, to be very honest and brutal up front. I don't think we were brave enough with bat or ball. With the ball, I mean, obviously we didn't have much to play with, but we were just not brave enough with our body language when we entered the field, and New Zealand had better intensity, better body language, and they created pressure on us from the first over onwards, really, and continued that through the innings.
Now, mate,
that's great cricket right there.
If you didn't, I was going to say, if you didn't know what that quote was about or who said it, you would think someone was talking about how you approach the showers at the end of the day's play. We weren't brave enough with our body language. Yeah. They got on top. At the end of the day, we were found wanting or whatever.
Hey guys, you coming for a top? Yeah, mate. One sec.
That's right.
Yeah. I'm in a sec.
Well, that is T20 cricket, isn't it?
It's got a bit of blood in it.
Yeah. Hang on a sec. Here, give us a sec.
Hang on, give us a sec.
What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm in a minute. I've
got a mosquito near my penis.
I'm just re-gripping my stick. You're re-wadding your what?
You want a beer?
Is he calling his team out a little bit there? A little bit. It feels like he's calling him out a little bit. Like, I think though it's so hard though when you're defending a low total like that. It can change. The game is gone so quickly. I think now they bowled the first over. Chakravarti bowled the first over, and they're just hoping for a fucking LBW off gupped on that first over, right? Where he plays the wrong line, hits the pad, everyone's up, punts doing the laugh appeal thing, and they're all of a sudden in the game. But instead, he drops one short, Guptill cuts him behind point, and then Jadeja was the first change bowler, and like that was the backbreaker for me in the New Zealand innings, where I think his first over went for 14. I think what's his name, Mitchell went 464. And the nature of those shots was a half track, it was a back foot punch and a nice lofted drive as well. And that took the score, that was the last over of the power play, and I think that took the score from like 40 to 55 or some shit. And it's like, that was kind of the game there. So it's like, it might be harsh of Rat to be like, you didn't believe enough defending on our 7 for 110. When one over goes for a large amount, it's like, no, we're cooked here.
I suppose that's the difficult thing about the toss, because okay, in games of cricket, when you record a low score or whatever, typically the conditions don't, materially change in the second innings. Whereas it does appear here with the dew that like you have no margin for error after that, and it's so easy to get away. But so we're seeing games that are lost, because T20 cricket, you make a couple of mistakes and the game can get away from you, but it's so hard to pull it back when you're bowling, you've got the dew around as well, and so teams are just going to pump you. But I don't like. That's the only explanation I can give for like such a shellacking here.
Yeah,
because it's their biggest loss, isn't it, in T20 cricket? It's like 33 balls or something like that.
Yeah, wow.
I mean, that's incredible. That's just a huge. Like they're not that bad in.
No, they're not. They're not. The game last night where Australia that was such a it was more spectacular, the defeat, because of Butler's innings and that kind of stuff. And I suppose pace on the ball especially. But like this was a very New Zealand win with like Kane coming in at the end, getting 33 off 30, the easiest looking 30 odd in a T20. Just goes about his business and it's like, we're just going to cruise this, get there. I mean, Daryl Mitchell played some fucking really nice shots. Yeah. They call him Moose. Apparently his nickname's Moose.
Yeah, Moose Mitchell, and he mooses it.
Yeah, Moose Mitchell.
We should say Moose.
His dad played for the All Blacks and coached them.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
that's
so
nice.
It's great New Zealand lineage.
Did you use that verb a lot for, like, did you hear that verb a lot to moose it?
I didn't love it.
Yeah.
I didn't fall in love with that.
Nor I.
Moose Mitchell.
Was around,
nice ring to it.
Yeah.
Oh, Moose.
How'd Moose go? Yeah, 49. Yeah. That's good. Moose him?
Moose. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Why are they booing him?
Sorry, got in the way.
Yeah, so I think that's a good analysis of the New Zealand's back.
Oh yeah. Mate, you know the sinking feeling that you get when you are playing cricket, mate. When you're defending your meager total of fucking 75 and in the first over there's a boundary, you're like, well, my Saturday night starts now,
mate. Because invariably in the change rooms, you've all fired yourselves up and whatever, and you need everything to go
Don't give
your
them
way.
a fucking inch, boys.
That's right. Run onto the field, wait for the captain to go first because that rule or some shit like that. Then you run out like you're playing a game of footy.
Yeah.
Although you don't have to do any running at all.
No running.
Usually in a catching position or something.
I did a calf stretch at 10 a.m. this morning. It's at 4 o'clock.
A lot of noise. A lot of noise. Maybe you leave off the first ball and then someone just slices one behind point for 4. Yeah. Big yelling from the field. Yeah. You're like,
oh.
Yeah, that was cool.
And that's cricket. All right, third thing, Pez. Are India gone? They play India-Afghanistan is in Dubai again on Wednesday evening. That's 1 a.m. Melbourne time on Thursday morning, but Wednesday night for the rest of the world.
I reckon I can cut to the chase and explain
Cut to the chase, baby.
Okay, we accept that Pakistan are through. Okay, they've got to play
Namibia and Scotland.
Yeah, so Pakistan are through. There's one spot left. Okay.
Yeah.
Afghanistan, New Zealand, and India will contest that spot.
That's right.
All right. I think India will win their remaining 3 games, including the one against Afghanistan on Wednesday. All right, I think they will win.
Got it.
I think so. Yeah, I think Afghanistan will lose to India. I think New Zealand will beat Namibia and Scotland.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what happens for the second spot of this group will come down to New Zealand versus Afghanistan on Sunday.
That's right. Sunday, is it?
It's on Sunday.
Got it.
India needs Afghanistan to win that match.
Yes.
And somehow for India of the three teams that will finish on 6 points to emerge with the highest net run rate.
Yeah.
Each team will be on they're a cluster of 3 on 6 points. They need a superior net run rate. So India now must issue some major fucking demolition jobs.
Yeah. Axar Patel potion shit.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be quite fun to watch.
That could be fun.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want to be Scotland.
It's like some goal difference shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
India, I think, of all teams in world cricket, are the last team I'd want to come up against if I was a minnow, because all of these blokes have experience of scoring like satanic runs.
Yeah. Satanic runs.
Yeah. Like,
nice.
You know, at like embarrassing stuff.
Summoning demons.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Summoning demons from the ground. Rick Vader.
Yeah.
You know?
Buying some stuff for now to sacrifice for the future, that kind of gear. It's going to be nasty in the future, 10 years' time, but for right now.
However, I think that New Zealand will probably beat Afghanistan.
Probably. Unless
so
Rashid Khan does some shit.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, good team, Afghanistan. But I think I think New Zealand are just a calm head. They know it. They will not be intimidated by satanic cricket from India now.
It's
sorry to say.
The net run rate thing is funny. It is funny. We're going to play 9 up front.
Yeah,
that's basically the gist. It's going to be funny when they need to bowl Scotland out for 17 to qualify. And
it's football. It's like they need to win 6-0.
Yeah,
that sort of shit.
Yeah,
they need that 3 times in a row.
Hashtag AskTGC brought to you by our very dear friends at ACO. Evan Beaver tweeted us, Pez. He said, in many ways, India is the alpha of international cricket. However, New Zealand is India's alpha, but not the alpha. Sort of a sigma role. Thoughts?
Yeah, can someone be the broad alpha and yet be specifically alpha by somebody else? That can happen.
Yeah, trying to figure out New Zealand's role, because like by definition they could if New Zealand aren't a great T20 team. Simon Dewar was on the show a month or 2 months ago or something, and he said the same thing. But it would be very funny if New Zealand won the World Cup, because then they obviously hold the World Test Championship final. They would then hold the T20 World Cup, and they were, in my opinion anyway, they were the best team in the 2019 World Cup. They also made the final 2015 World Cup.
You seem to be doing all these things. I don't know how they do it.
It's like this generational team is like, oh, maybe this was actually the best team for half a decade, and it's like, nah. New Zealand though, isn't it?
Yeah. I was like, so just on the question of the sigma role.
Yeah.
So a sigma is like the sigma male is like the introverted alpha male. So it
sits outside the prism.
Yeah, using masculinist subcultures for a popular, successful, but highly independent and self-reliant man. I'd say that's true of New Zealand. Like a lone wolf, if you will. I wouldn't call them that. I'd just say New Zealand is the little brother that no one notices, sucks shit. And that says more about them than me, definitely.
Yeah. That's definitely their
as you
problem.
say, 2015 runners-up, 2019 essential winners, World Test Championship winners, and looking pretty good for this one too.
Yeah.
But, there's no alpha. No alpha at all.
Santner, what is it?
Yeah, what is it? I don't know what it is. You literally wrote to him the other day praising his biceps.
I did?
Yeah. Look at biceps looking good, Mitch. Maybe there's a few reds
there.
Yeah.
Sorry. I thought you said I messaged you like privately, being like, mate, look at Santner's biceps.
No, what was that? No, you messaged him.
I did message him, yes.
Oh, that's much more plausible.
Yeah. That's much more normal,
That's right.
I just said it to his face.
Yeah. And yet I still won't let him be an alpha. Literally write to him praising his biceps in public. Still won't allow it. Definitely more about them than us. Oh, we're a small-minded little nation here.
Thanks so much as ever for watching TGC. We'll be back. I think there's a game tonight, isn't it? England are playing some shit. They're playing against Bangladesh. Is that right? Australia's next game is on Thursday. We're doing a live stream on Thursday night for Australia-Bangladesh. That starts at 9 p.m. Melbourne time. You can figure out the rest from there. And India's next game is on Wednesday.
No idea. Hang on.
It's Thursday morning.
It's England, Sri Lanka tonight, and then India, Afghanistan, Wednesday, 2 p.m. UAE time.
Yeah, that's 1 a.m. Thursday time here. So we'll do, Anyway, hey, why don't you just subscribe to TGC and then you just
when there's a game on, we'll just do a thing.
See you later.